Hello students, this is Aisha, your English educator, and as you know we are doing our chapter's name is the Sermon at Benares. So the Sermon at Benares throws light upon the early life of Lord Buddha, who was originally born as a prince in the royal family. On being exposed to the sufferings of the world, which he was earliest shielded from, he left his priesthood and went in search of salvation, thus leaving all the worldly pleasures behind. Upon attending spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon in the city of Benares, hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize that men are mortal and a wise person should not give in at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and suffering. So the Sermon at Benares. Gautam Buddha was born to a North Indian royal family as a prince and was named Siddhartha Gautam. When he was 12 years old, he was sent to a far-away place to study Hindu sacred scriptures, and upon returning 4 years later, he got married to a princess. Soon they both had a son, and they continued to live the royal life for about 10 years. The royals were shielded from all the unpleasant experiences of the world until one day, on his way to hunt, the prince met a sick man, an old man, a funeral procession, and a monk begging for alms. So let's start the rest part of our chapter. So, at the point of the became known as the Buddha, the awakened for the enlightened, the Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares, most holy of the dipping place on the river Ganges, and sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. So let's see some difficult word which were given in that paragraph, and that is first of them is, here is a word you can see, preached. So what is the meaning of this word preached? So the meaning of this word preach is deliver a religious address to a group of people. To deliver a religious address to the group of people. And next word is sermon. You can see here the word sermon. So what is the meaning of this word? So religious and moral talk is called sermon. Another word is dipping places. So where is the word dipping places? Here. You can find it here, dipping places. So what is the meaning of this word, dipping places? Dipping places means bathing deep into the river. So let's start now. At that point, he became known as a Buddha. Then, as he was spending in the life as a prince, Gautam Buddha, then he became known as a Buddha. Then he gone to deliver his sermons to the Benares city, and his first sermon was delivered in Benares. So at that point he became known as the Buddha, the awakened, and now he is known as Buddha, the awakened or the enlightened. So I have already told you that what is the meaning of this word enlightened. So the Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares. As you already know, that Buddha has delivered his first speech or first religious talk at the city of Benares before a group of people. So most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganges and Ganga is situated at the city of Benares, where many people used to go there to take bath, and they believes that by doing this they can remove their sins. So that sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. So that sermon has been preserved. and that religious talk which was delivered by Mahatma Buddha at the city of Banaras, now preserved in the books, and we can see it in the books. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom, and now we can understand by his sermons that he is a wise man, and he delivered moral talks to us and about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Kisa Gautami had only one son, and there was a lady whose name was Kisa Gautami, and she has only one son, and he died. And Kisa Gautami's son was died. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors, and she felt very sad. So she carried the dead body of her son to her lap and goes to the neighbors asking them for medicine, and the people said, and she was asking for the medicine, so she was asking for the health, she was asking to the neighbors to do treatment for her son, to take care of him or to cure him. So she has lost her senses, the boy is dead. But the boy was dead, she was not understanding that thing, that her boy or her son was dead, but she was thinking that he is ill, and anyone can give treatment to him. At length, Kisa Gautami met a man who replied to her request. No one replied her, but one of them replied her that I cannot give the medicine. He said that I cannot give any treatment to the boy but for the child, but I die. What is the meaning of this word? In ancient language, you can use die for your. So he said that I cannot give treatment to your child, but I know a physician who can. But I know a doctor who can give treatment to your son. So basically क्या होता है? At that point he became known as, जब वो बोधिसत्व को प्राप्त कर लेते हैं या मोक्ष को प्राप्त कर लेते हैं, उन्हें ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हो जाती है, तो वो किस तरह से जाने जाते हैं? बुद्धा द अवेकन्ड के नाम से जाने जाते हैं. एंड द बुद्धा प्रीच्ड हिज वर्ड्स, और उन्होंने अपना पहला सरमन जो था वो कहाँ पर डिलीवर किया था? वो बनारस सिटी में डिलीवर किया था, जहाँ हमारी जो सबसे ज़्यादा पवित्र नदी गंगा नदी है वो बहती है, और लोग ऐसा विश्वास करते हैं कि गंगा नदी में डुबकी लगाने से उनके सारे पाप धुल जाते हैं. दैट सरमन हैज़ बीन प्रिजर्व्ड, और उनके जितने भी सरमन्स हैं आज भी किताबों में या मैगजीन्स में कहीं भी आपको देखने को मिल जाते हैं. उनको बहुत अच्छी तरह से प्रोटेक्ट करके रखा गया है, जिसको हम जब चाहें पढ़ सकते हैं. इट रिफ्लेक्ट्स द बुद्धाज विजडम अबाउट वन इंस्क्रूटेबल काइंड ऑफ सफरिंग. कीजा गौतमी एक महिला थी जिसका नाम कीजा गौतमी था. उसका सिर्फ एक ही बेटा था जो कि मर गया था, बट वो इतना मतलब सैड हो गई थी, इतना सैड होकर बिल्कुल पागल हो गई थी अपने बेटे के मरने के बाद, कि वो अपने मरे हुए बेटे की डेड बॉडी गोद में उठाकर अपने नेबर्स के पास जाती थी और उनसे पूछती थी कि क्या आप मेरे बेटे को कोई ऐसी दवाई दे सकते हैं जो जिससे वो ठीक हो सके, या फिर क्या आप मेरे बेटे को ठीक कर सकते हैं. लोग सोचते थे कि वो पागल हो गई है क्योंकि उसका बेटा मर गया, इसलिए वो पागल हो गई है, इसलिए वो उसको कोई जवाब नहीं देते थे. एट लेंथ अंत में क्या होता है, कीसा गौतमी को एक आदमी मिलता है जो कि उसके बात का जवाब देता है, और वो कहता है कि मैं आपके बेटे का इलाज तो नहीं कर सकता, मेरे पास कोई ऐसी दवाई तो नहीं है जो मैं आपके बेटे को दे पाऊँ, बट मैं एक ऐसे फिजिशियन को जानता हूँ, मैं एक ऐसे डॉक्टर को जानता हूँ जो कि आपके बेटे के लिए ट्रीटमेंट कर सकता है, या कि जो आपके बेटे को ठीक कर सकता है.